Dalton from Texas is with us, and Dalton has a message about the upcoming rapture. We're ready for it, Dalton.
Oh boy. Hi, Justin. Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
Hi. Howdy, y'all. I was wondering, it seems kind of obvious that there aren't a lot of Christian callers tonight. They're all getting ready for the rapture.
I'm scared.
Obviously.
Well, they're intimidated by having Sara on this stream. Now we've got a real big brain here. There's no way they're going to be calling in.
Well, apparently the rapture is imminent, right? It's supposed to be Tuesday?
Supposedly, yeah. I was actually just wondering. I thought everyone would love to hear it too. You two were both at one point Christian, so I'm wondering if when you were both believers, did either of you have experience with getting caught up in rapture hysteria?
Let me tell you a story. Okay, when I was in elementary school and I went to VBS, right? Like we all did, we went to VBS, Vacation Bible School for the uninitiated. And we had someone leading us in songs at the end. And at the end of this particular VBS, she said, okay, now we're going to do rapture practice. And rapture practice meant that she had a little trumpet with her and she would blow a trumpet and we would all jump in the air as high as we could. And that was our rapture practice. It was awesome.
Wow, sounds very effective.
Oh yeah, exactly. But more seriously, I read all the Left Behind books. Also when I was, also in elementary school, I watched the movie A Thief in the Night, which it's the 70s version of Left Behind, and it is graphic and a lot of death happens, and you should not show this movie to fourth graders, but here we are. So yeah, I was very sure the rapture was going to happen at some point. How soon depended on, what age I was. But I definitely was convinced it was going to happen all the way until I stopped believing in my mid-20s.
Yes. Sara, when most young women had pictures, posters of Jonathan Taylor Thomas on their wall.
I did have Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Right next to JTT was Kirk Cameron in Left Behind.
I did not. Never. That's blasphemy.
Oh boy.
All right, Justin, what about you, bud?
So fair question. My father was into rapture theology. He was all about it. He thought the end times was coming. He loved the Left Behind series. But my dad was also, his form of biblical education was watching the televangelist on Sunday, right? And so he didn't have a lot of tools to work with. He finally moved out of this end times nonsense when he started going to a small Baptist church where the pastor that was teaching there actually had a PhD. He was a retired professor that ended up working at this church. And so he didn't do any of that Left Behind nonsense. And so I think going to that church was really helpful for him because he kind of got him out of that weird apocalyptical type of mindset. That being said, as a young person, watching my dad, kind of run through this theology track, I didn't find it appealing. To me, it sounded silly. And the church that I was going to, I went to a different church actually when I became a Christian. The church that I was going to had a very different mindset, which is listen, if God wanted you to know when the rapture was, he would just tell you. So stop wasting your time and get busy doing what God actually wants you to do. Get busy being the hands and feet of Jesus on the earth, right? And so this whole nonsense over the rapture is coming always seemed like a waste to me. And plus, I had seen, even in the short time that I was a Christian as a teenager to my younger 20s, I saw so many rapture predictions fail that I was like, oh yeah, this is nonsense. Everyone's just wasting their time. So I never fell into the rapture nonsense, but I certainly was kind of, we'll say, surrounded by it.
I suspected as much. Okay, I'm gonna get out of y'all's hair now, and Doug willing, we'll get some nice Christians then to discuss. But I love you both, and y'all have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
You have a great one. May the quartz be with you.